between us. Okay. Hello. Hello. This afternoon we have the privilege to be with Obokule, and we are sat here in the beautiful, spectacular Fives beachfront luxury condo hotel development here on the northern side of Playa del Carmen on Xcalacoco Beach. And today, Jacobo has asked us to join him to help announce a new development that the developers of the Fives Beach and the Fives Downtown and the Fives Oceanfront have created right in the same area of Xcalacoco. And so we're going to find out some more about it. And the great advantage that we have here at Colibri Properties, we have premier, exclusive, priority access to this development. So our clients can get in before it is actually on the market with the general public. So thanks for joining us today, Bobo.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for accepting our invite to come over and to present this to your people, right? It's quite important for us as we know you for several years, that you are a serious person, and we want to obviously give you this kind of exclusive for you and your people, right? Regarding the latest development that we are going to launch actually next month for the regular.
Awesome. We appreciate that. So tell us, it's called Distrito Xcalacoco.
That is correct.
Tell us first about the location of the project. Where are we in relation to the Fives, obviously, Playa del Carmen, all that?
Well, I guess that you know that in real estate, location is all that matters, right? And we're in a pristine area, Playa del Carmen, which is called this Xcalacoco area. As you know, we have one of the nicest beaches here in Xcalacoco, and the biggest perk of this property, I can tell, that is the location, right? You are in a walking distance to the beach, and the most important thing is that we're going to offer to all of the owners of Distrito Xcalacoco a private and exclusive beach club.
Wow. Amazing. And tell us about the people behind, including yourself, behind District Xcalacoco.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it earlier, right? TM Real Estate Group is the company who has built here in Mexico 3 different properties. The Fives Beach, where we are right now. And we also built a couple more properties, one in downtown Playa, which is the Fives Downtown by Hilton, and another property by the sea, which is the Fives Oceanfront in Puerto Rico.
Awesome.
So the developer, TM, has been doing business for over 55 years already. And just so you know, we're building the tallest building ever built in Spain.
Wow.
And not only in Spain, it's actually in all Europe.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not going to compete with the Arabs. But regarding Europe, it's going to be the tallest building ever built.
Okay, amazing. Okay. And tell us about, because not everybody is as familiar with the Fives, what's the history of TM here in the Riviera Maya? And let's also mention maybe acquisition of land in this area from when the Fives first began to now with this new project.
Absolutely. Look, as any other real estate company, you need to follow the market, right? What we have in here since we started construction of the Fives Beach was a very tiny beach club access for all of the properties. So far, we have 419 properties built in here in the Fives Beach. It doesn't mean that is all the land we have.
Sure.
Obviously, when we ended up buying and adding meters to the beachfront area, we also own some extra land with the option to build in the future. Before, the market that we were focused on was these people who were looking for a lifestyle investment, right? And people who were looking for hotel services and amenities in their own house. Nevertheless, we were not approaching this clientele that they were looking for a full-time living or they want to manage by themselves, because with our hotel brand, we do not allow vacational renters, only if we handle those. Right? And pretty much the free management of their properties, or if they wanted to use it as they please, they were not eligible for the previous developments that we built.
Okay.
Nevertheless, now that we have this new project coming over, they are going to be eligible for that.
Okay.
So you name it. Free administration, uh, if they wanted to live in there full time, if they wanted to come in here to skip the rough part of the winter in the US or Canada, let's see, 6 months out of the year, they are totally able to do that.
Amazing.
And that is the kind of clientele that we were not addressing.
Exactly. And that for us as a real estate brokerage is always something that the Fives has its place, because people want to come down here and want to invest and really want to make money on properties, but a lot of them will come down and just say, you know what, I'm never really going to use this place more than 8 weeks a year, if that, and I just want to have a hands-off ownership experience, and the Fives matches that well. Now with so many people, with what's going on in the U.S. and Canada, never mind elections, political affiliation, people are just retiring. And like you said, another long, cold, dark winter, and people don't want to have that in their lives. I talk to people every week, every day, who are, in their 50s and 60s and are getting to the end of their working years, and in Chicago and New York and Alberta and all, Calgary, all these different parts of the U.S. and Canada, and they want some sunshine. So I can see why they want to spend not just a month or two out of the year, but months. And so there's a lot more lifestyle type investors who are coming down here now.
Exactly. And even for our own investors or previous investors that at that time, 2 months of the year was just the right fit for them, it's not any longer.
Yeah.
And they are looking for new investment opportunities as well.
Right.
And one of the things that we have the feedback or the background, for a company is that we always deliver on time.
Yep.
If we tell you that we're going to build something in a year and a half, it's going to be done in a year and a half.
Yeah.
And you can witness that, because in the other two properties that we built in the Fives downtown and in the Fives oceanfront in Puerto Morelos, it took us exactly the amount of time that we put in contract, and we don't use not even a single month in order to accomplish what we were supposed to deliver.
Yep. There's a story that I like to say, which is exactly what you just delivered, which was when they first announced the Fives downtown, it was 12 months before delivery. And they said, we will have this. And there were 90 something units in the first phase of Fives downtown. Like, yep, we'll have this delivered in 12 months. And everybody around us was just like, yeah, we'll see. And we went for a site visit maybe 6 months through, and it was a madhouse. 300 workers on site. It was getting done. And then of course you delivered on time. So you guys have made us believers over the years in delivering what you promised you're gonna deliver when you promise you're gonna deliver it. So that's a great, respectful aspect of TM Group and what you guys do.
That is correct. And you'll agree with me that most of our investors, they rely on real and honest developers, right?
Exactly.
And I think that makes your job easier when you're dealing with the developers that delivers the time and with the quality that they stay in a contract.
Exactly.
That's why it works.
So tell us about Distrito Xcalacoco. What is it made up of? What are some of the features that an investor can expect from it?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we already spoke about the location, right? Walking distance to the beach, their own private and exclusive beach plot, which is not going to be open to the public. That's quite important.
Yep.
After that, we're going to build 89 residences, and we're going to have different options: 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. Some of them are going to face to the ocean. Some of them are going to be facing to the sunset.
Yep.
And we're going to have X amount of amenities such as lapping pool, semi-Olympic pool. We're going to have a gym with sauna and a steam room included in the gym. We're going to have also co-working area, cafeteria, clubhouse, and we are discussing some changes that we're going to do with a new plaza that is going to merge hotel guests, Distrito Xcalacoco owners, and the neighbor. So that will increase substantially the equity of the properties, because it's not going to have only an apartment in a nice area closer to the beach with a private beach club. It's also having life in environment nearby your house with restaurants, with convenience stores. We're thinking maybe even gelato factory, something like that. And again, that is going to be open to the public, the Distrito Xcalacoco owners, and the hotel guests.
So and that's something that's missing, I would say, not only this part of Playa to begin with, but especially for people who aren't staying at the Fives, where you have the Fives Plaza, which is a great example of what a successful plaza, like probably what you're going to build with the Distrito Xcalacoco, will look like. So that's a great visual for your prospective investors just to have, come down and see it.
Exactly.
That's great.
And one of the things that we know for sure is that even if we sell the 89 units, and if you have restaurants over there, if you have some other businesses attached to the property, you need also the people from the hotel in order to fulfill those and the neighborhood as well.
Yep.
So having being able to have that access to all of that kind of clientele guarantees you that it's going to have a significant transit of people going back and forth.
Great. So you're not just isolated in the condo project, nobody around. There are those times of the year where maybe you're living in a place full time, but you have no neighbors, kind of a thing. And so it's nice to see that there will always be some circulation there.
That is
okay, great. And as far as floor plans go and levels of the property, what does that look like?
perfect. Look, we're going to have, like I say, different options: 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. They give or take the average of square meters for a 1 bedroom is going to be around 800 square footage.
Okay.
For a 2 bedroom, about 1,300 square footage, and for a 3 bedroom, around 1,500 square footage.
Okay.
Give or take, that is going to be
Plenty
the
of space.
average
Yeah.
of each of those. Prices, the starting prices for a 1 bedroom is 179, for a 2 bedroom is 279, and for a 3 bedroom is 359.
Amazing.
Those are the starting prices. Obviously, these will vary based on the location, how high the units are. If you are able to see the ocean, everything is going to be related.
And from what level do you think people will be able to see out?
Look, to be quite honest, some people in the fifth level, they are going to be able to see a little bit of the ocean, but the reality is that the best ocean views will be in the sixth and the seventh.
Good.
Obviously, the seventh level is the penthouses units, and those are going to have the best ocean views of all of them.
Okay. Amazing. And as far as okay. And for delivery of the properties, I know with the Fives, everything is delivered turnkey. How will furniture packages work? Things of that sort.
Excellent question. Look, what we are going to plan to deliver the units with is fully equipped,
Okay.
or we can tell about 80-90% equipped. Obviously, AC units, the kitchen, the things that we are considering to include as an extra package will be the turnkey packages.
Okay.
So in those, we will include not only the furniture of the property itself, but also everything that you need in order to to open your apartment and start living it.
Forks, knives, spoons, all.
Forks, knives, spoons, silverware, bath towels, regular towels, you name. Okay,
Good.
so all of that we are going to offer those to the people. Nevertheless, if everyone wants, or some of them, they want to be in charge to their own decor, to their own furniture, it's totally option.
Okay, great. And then you also mentioned that it would be open administration, which I know a lot of people like the flexibility of being able to bring their own people in and manage properties. What about somebody who might not want to handle that on their own side? Will the Fives or TM group help support with that?
Another very good question. Yes, we're going to have a management company that is going to follow the rules and regulations of the condo regime, because obviously we want to make sure that this project also is not increasing in value by vice versa, right? And we're going to offer those services. If someone wants to get our feedback in that regards, or help in that regards, so be it. If not, well, we are going to be always getting to know different management properties that works in here in the area or doing by themselves.
Gotcha. Yep. For me, it always makes sense. Personal opinion too. If you have this beautiful hotel with all of its infrastructure and staff right next to a property, and they're offering to do it for you, kind of makes sense to go with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a no-brainer, right? Nevertheless, we don't want that people feel obligated to do so. Sure. And you're right. We have housekeeping, maintenance people in here as part of the staff and right next to it, right? So if someone needs something, we are going to be able to give a straight answer right away.
Yep.
But if they wanted to do it by themselves, there's always an option.
Amazing. So we're looking forward to, we have obviously some renderings from you guys already and a lot of information on the development. What would the next steps for someone be who is interested in exploring the option of investing in one of these things? How does this priority access work?
Perfect. Look, and I already shared those kind of, a couple of documents with you, right? English and Spanish, therefore, because I do know that your clientele is bilingual in some cases.
What is it?
Yes. So having said that, in order to get access to the friends and family with this priority position is you put down $5,000 or 100,000 pesos. That is fully refundable during the month of June. In July, you gotta decide if you want to move forward, put in another 5,000 and sign in a non-refundable reservation. After that, the regular payment structure is 30% when we sign the purchase agreement, and then another 20% 90 days after.
Okay.
With that, you cover 50% of the asking price. And the biggest perk for those who are willing to put a priority position is not only the first right of refusal in order to choose the units, right? It's also the extra benefit of a 10% discount for the pre-construction prices. That is the biggest asset, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Right? And if you do so, you are going to choose the best units at the best prices.
Gotcha.
Because when we finish the month of June and we accomplish X amount of priority positions in done deals, then the regular prices are going to be the ones that you see on the list.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any extra discounts for those.
Good
So
to
it's
know.
a very good time to get involved in this transaction.
Yeah, and for us at Colibri Property, what we always tell our clients, especially when we're looking for properties to sell to our investors, is we're looking for location. Obviously, we're looking for quality of construction, reliability of developer, and with all that is the best value that you can find for the specific type of unit or residence that they're looking to invest in. So this kind of checks all those boxes that we look for in a new development, for sure.
Absolutely. And look, everybody knows this. When you are thinking in doing a real estate transaction, what are the best times to do so? During the construction times, right? Obviously, you need to choose what you were just saying. A reliable developer that is not going to let you down.
Exactly.
It's one of the most important things.
Yes. Well, you guys definitely aren't running away. You have this massive hotel right next door. So it's a pretty good chance that it's going to get done.
Another thing that I didn't mention, Andrew, and is quite important, for those people who put down the $5,000 fully refundable with this prior position, we're going to give them a complimentary stay here in the files with 2 reasons. One, because we want them to see what we already built.
Yes.
Okay. This property has been here for 18 years already. And also to live the full experience of what an owner can live in here.
Sure.
And obviously, the other object is for them to feel secure to keep moving forward with the transaction. Being here, I think that is going to be easier for it.
Amazing. Yeah, there's nothing like already having a proven product there for somebody to experience when they're already making the leap of faith and in a new project by that same developer. So that's amazing. Well, thanks so much, Kobo. Thanks for your time. I think we have an amazing opportunity for our investors, North American, South American, international, all over the place. I think this is a great project, and from obviously a very, very reputable developer who has massive proven track record here in our area. And we're going to get this out to everybody. If you do have interest, please leave a comment on this video. Send us a text message, smoke signals. You know where to find us with Colibri Property.